Alright, how we doing, folks? Here, Bull Marcos 18205. Numbers after the name. We all want Breach, right? Breach. I don't really say the names of these maps too often because honestly, I don't remember them 90% of the time. I'm pretty confident this is Breach though. But I kind of know them. Like I don't when I see them like in the lobby, you know, when you have to pick and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be that, or that's that, or that's the one with the da. Oh yeah, that one. But in terms of like, if you were to come up to me and say, I guess, yeah, I might know him a little bit better. Because if you say Exodus to me, I'd look at it and be like, what the? But I know Exodus Infection. I know the maps. I know the maps pretty decent, man, pretty decent. But I feel that I don't really get to play the maps as much as I'd like to. I feel like the rotation's a little bit stingy, I guess. You kind of, it's not as bad as when it used to be when back, oh my, you can remember when this game came out. I mean, who ever thought that was a good idea when this game came out to just let everyone pick the map infinitely, like an infinite amount of time of picks instead of like tapping out at 2 and then having to change automatically. Like what the hell? Like that was crazy. The only pro that I got from that was the fact that I was able to do most of my challenges on Combine and get that ish done as quick as possible. Now, having said that, I still did a lot of like the end of like the hero camo and stuff on Nuketown. When they added that over here, that was a lifesaver in itself. Like I don't know if I would have gotten the Hive one eventually, but I don't know if I would have gotten to that quickly if it weren't for Nuketown and just dropping hives everywhere, just dropping hives. Yeah, you know, that's a good little remix right there. I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm gonna contact Dame Dollar, see what we could do about that. That's a tight remix. I guess you gotta contact CP3 for that one. He's kind of the one who guides the whole ship over there. Anyway, for anyone who doesn't know about this Chris Paul commercials, NBA commercials, do yourself a favor and probably don't watch them, honestly, because they're not really too good. Tech Tuesday gameplay comes down to the limit, to the wall, to the wire. In this case, we're playing with a BRM over here, which arguably, if I had to really think about it, I probably would say is my favorite LMG in this game, the BRM. I'm finally starting. I'm hoping. I'm still not 100% sure if this is the last Prestige I'm on, and then after that I start Master Prestige and going on from that. I'm not sure if Master Prestige starts from 1. I'm not 100% familiar with that, and I haven't looked it up because I don't want to know. I'd rather be surprised. But I'm treating it like it is because I'm set up on my classes. And I'm finally starting to unlock all the guns that I want. Like I unlocked the Argus again last night, and I was like, good. I finally got my shotgun back. And I'm excited to try it out because of the new patch and whatnot. And I think I actually talked about this a couple videos ago, but I mean, it just keeps getting crazier and crazier. And like every other day, I feel like there's some sort of like patch or update. There's kind of two different things. I guess the hotfixes, which are just minor adjustments or minor tweaks. But in a game like this, in an ultra competitive game of Call of Duty, you kind of everything you know is an advantage. So information is a huge part of Call of Duty. Knowing like what's up is a big step up over everyone else. You know, if you knew that like that gun got buffed and you know it's better and you're gonna use that, that's gonna be an advantage over Joe Schmo who just picks up the game every couple days and it's like, whatever, I'll just play it, and they don't even know that like it feels different or the rate of fire is different. You know, anything could give you a one up in this game. And if you go and watch my complaints about the matchmaking, sometimes you just need as much like one-ups as you can because it's not, you put in precarious situations where you need to take advantage of everything this game has to offer if you want to come and try to hang and compete. I'm looking across the legs, I'm like, y'all gotta be spawning on that side, and I got flashbang, and I'm like, come on, man, who the hell is flashbanging me? I like these two top spots over there here in this map, especially with the LMG. I think it works well. You'll see me dip in and out of them and go around depending on where I think the spawns are. I like also pushing really hard into the spawn. I feel like you can play it pretty off well with these walls, just the doors and different connecting paths, and a lot of people honestly don't fully expect people down there. I don't play this left side of the map over here. Well, it depends on which side you're looking at, but that side that I just poked at and looked at right now, I don't really play that side of the map too often. I feel like I'm just not that good at it, honestly. I feel oftentimes that I run by people or people run by me. I feel that I'm always on the short end of the stick when it comes to that, you know. Someone will just happen to run by and I just looked there, but then he all of a sudden was there, like a split second after, and they'll just pop me. I usually play what the left side is now, was the side that I'm looking at over there. I usually play that kind of house side, as you'll see right here. And this I play two ways. I'd probably say like 60% of the time I come in here down this way, and I was like, come on, man, that was a headshot. I come on that side, but oftentimes if I know that there's people in here, I will ride the walls on the outside and get over there. People don't really expect you to do that. It's just not like a common practice to do. You'll see oftentimes a lot of people do it, but it's not standard to the point where people actually become nervous about it. And you can also get to pick your fights over here. Say, for example, right there, I decided to opt in and get that guy, and then wrap around over here. A, because I knew this guy would probably be focused over here, but B, because I knew I had enough time to do both of those. And this is something I like doing right here as well. This little angle right here gives you the ledge, or the ledge side you're able to see, and also the other people. And the ledge guys, I mean, you really need a good shot in order to do that. Now, I pushed up over here because I thought that they'd flip the spawn over here. Vice versa, it doesn't work as well. It works as well if people actually come through the door like that lady was doing right there. But on the opposite side, it doesn't. And you're really leaving yourself in a bad spot in this middle room. Holding down this middle room is damn near impossible. Not necessarily the middle one. I'm talking about this one over here to the side. The middle one is damn near impossible just by its very nature, right? You're exposed from every single contingent. Now, this side, when I tackle this side, I either do two things. I do what I'm doing right now, which is just gain visibility. I want to see everything I can. Or I'll come and head glitch, you know, yellow container, and move my way up that way. I'm really trying to get this streak over here going. I know I only got 75, and I'm like, man, if I could just happen to get a tag or just get some easy kills or something. So I gotta just get my long shot over there, and I'm looking, I'm like, come on, man, poke your head out. I saw he like poked his head out over there, but my teammates over there, boom, 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 got him, boom, cake. Sentry gun up on top of this part is amazing. You could also put it on top of the middle building or on the other side. I feel like this one, to me, does the most damage because of the ground it covers. But it's either way that you want to play it. The sentry gun puts in a lot of work on this map, especially in that middle part. And what it allows you to do is you could, and now I do two things. I either reinforce my sentry gun, and I was actually, sometimes I write lists of like stuff that I want to talk about, and I have like a list over here like 3 times I want to talk about. I don't think I'm going to talk about it at all. I think this is going to be a breaking down, analyzing what the hell my like logic is behind this, and you know, I'd love to hear your comments if it's right, wrong, or neutral, what you guys do, because I think this is something that's missing. At least the Call of Duty videos that I watch, that people analyze in games and whatnot. To me, it's, you know, it's like analyzing tape, it's like analyzing film and like sports. You know, like you have to sit down and like analyze like what you did and figure out what you did wrong, figure out what you did right, and do what you could do better. And that's one of the things that I like when I do my videos is I'm ultimately watching what I'm doing. And the Annihilator right there, man, I complain about this gun oftentimes to Usani, but man, sometimes it causes me. Now, right there is a pretty bad sentry gun placement, I believe, because their spawn is behind. Their spawn is somewhere around where I'm at, and then connection interrupted. What? This is also probably the only channel you'll ever see like connection interrupted games posted. Like I imagine most people don't like that would be like a big no-no. For me, it's just whatever. Now I'm pushing back over here because I'm like, I ain't playing that side. I don't like that side, and I should have gone for sentry gun. Yeah, you guys, I was gonna say go for the guy that's getting your sentry gun. One of the easier things about having like a sentry gun out like that is that you draw people in over here and you make them pay attention to your sentry gun rather than yourself. And unfortunately here I didn't really have too much ammo, so I was in a tough spot, but I already got my wraps. Normally when I get my streaks, I kind of tap out. Honestly, I don't really care. I try to keep it going, but in a situation like that, I don't really mind dying because, hey, it's a 3-tag game. I just got my streaks rolling. I figure at this point, we're going to be able to do some serious damage. Now, I could have stayed a little bit further out over here, but I decided to kind of push in a little bit. And I'm waiting for my teammates to help me out over there. We managed to get those tags. Cool. And I've noticed it. I'm like, all right, well, these guys are spawning this way. I know some of them just died in there. Like, some of these people are going to go over there. Plus, if they see the wraps, they're going to want to stay in elevated ground, which I know that this place has a couple of options towards that. Unfortunately, well, thank you, teammate over there. I was going to say, unfortunately, I'm going to pass away because I just wasn't aiming to right. And this is a classic situation of trying to do a little bit too much, man. You see 2 people, you try to kill 2 people. It's difficult. You kind of have to play it by ear and just by the situation. But often, something I do, and I'm to a big fault, when I see 2 people is I put in a couple bullets in one, and I noticed that the other one's looking at me, so I decided to diverge and start shooting that one, you know? And what ends up happening most of the time is you don't end up killing either of them, you know? You can't just leave one guy and assume he's going to die or assume he's going to get hit or assume he's close to death and focus it on the other one. I strongly advise kill the one guy that you know you could kill. And it's a tough part about this, even saying like, hey, giving advice about this, and I'm at fault here. You just saw that. I just messed that up because I tried to get for 2. The tough thing is you really have to get these decisions made in a split second. With 2 people, you have absolutely no clue. You could gauge, you could guess. It's all a big guess, honestly, this whole game, but it's all a big guess as to where they're looking at. So when you're looking at somebody and you see that they might be like looking to the right, and you're like, all right, well, they're looking to the right. I might be able to go to the left. They won't notice me. I can pop that guy, I can do that one. You don't fully know what's on their screen. For all that we know, they can actually be looking at you, right at you, and like dead up and just kill you. My strongest advice, when you see 2 people, Either they have their back towards you or in front of you, whatever. You always try to take one down. Try to take one down. We could worry about the other one afterwards, but at least get that one. And at least, hey, if you die, guess what? You got that one, and that's better than none, which is oftentimes what happens in those situations, man. Hope you enjoyed the video, man. A little analysis here, impromptu breach. I might do this a little more often, man. I've thoroughly enjoyed this, trying to analyze what happens in these close games over here. Your boy Marcos, man. Deuces.